Leader of the third party.
Thank you, Speaker. Thank you, Speaker. My question is for the Premier. Does the Premier believe that prepaid hydrometers should belong in Ontario? Does she believe that we should have prepaid hydrometers in this province?
Thank you. Premier.
Minister of Energy.
Minister of Energy.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Protecting Ontario's energy consumers and ensuring greater fairness across the energy system are the top priorities of this government. Hydro One, as we said before, Mr. Speaker, over the last few weeks.
The member from Lanark, Lennox and Addington is warned.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As said before, Hydro One is exploring this technology as an effort to ensure more customer choice. This is part of a proposal that is before the Ontario Energy Board, who have to approve this technology before it's even allowed to be used, Mr. Speaker. And the Ontario Energy Board makes decisions and rules to ensure that consumers are treated fairly, and they will factor this in when they make their decision about this new technology. But let me repeat that, Mr. Speaker. Even if this technology is ever approved by the Ontario Energy Board, customers will have to opt in to be part of this program.
Answer.
Also, no residential customer will be without power during the winter months, regardless of any type of meter that they choose to have in the future. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Supplementary.
Speaker, Hydro One has filed paperwork to force families who are already struggling with sky-high hydro bills to feed the meter before they can turn on their lights. I want to ban prepaid meters from Ontario. That's why this afternoon I will be introducing a bill to do exactly that. Will the Premier of this province agree and support a ban on prepaid hydrometers in our province?
Thank you. Minister.
Again, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Again, even if this technology is approved by the OEB, Mr. Speaker, and the OEB will review this, and the OEB's mandate is to ensure that they have the ratepayers' best interests at heart, Mr. Speaker. Even if they were to actually approve this, customers will then have the...
The member from Timmins, James Bay, is warned.
Again, Mr. Speaker, then it's up to the customers to choose if this is something that they would like. If this is something that they want, Mr. Speaker, then the customer can opt in to be part of this program. Also, as stated, no residential customer will be without power during the winter months. This is just one of the initiatives, Mr. Speaker, that the options that Hydro One is examining to offer their customers more choice on how they can manage their electricity accounts. It's important to note that this project, again, is still being reviewed by the OEB, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Final supplementary.
Prepay utility meters were installed in homes across the UK under Margaret Thatcher. Yep. They were so disastrous for family, Speaker, that they banned them. They subsequently banned them from that country. Yet this Liberal Premier seems bent on allowing privatized Hydro One to use prepaid meters here in Ontario. A lot of people might be surprised and disappointed to see the Premier following in the footsteps of Margaret Thatcher, but then again, I don't remember her campaigning on selling off Hydro One either. Will this Premier do the right thing and agree to ban prepaid Margaret Thatcher-style hydrometers in our province?
Thank you. Minister.
Mr. Speaker, when that party had the opportunity to do the right thing and vote in favour of giving everyone a 25% reduction, they voted against it, Mr. Speaker. It was this party, it was this government, Mr. Speaker, that introduced the Energy Consumer Protection Act and updated it in 2015 by banning door-to-door sales for energy contracts, increasing consumer representation in the Ontario Energy Board proceedings, and enhancing the authority of the OEB to further protect electricity ratepayers by boosting consumer protection. We have made sure that we've acted on behalf of the people of Ontario. We've brought forward initiatives that will protect them, Mr. Speaker, and we've brought forward a program that actually reduced their rates by 25%, and even more, Mr. Speaker, if they're low-income individuals or individuals that live in rural or northern parts of the province. On that side of the House, Mr. Speaker, they're talking about a pie-in-the-sky program that didn't even consider First Nations or low-income individuals, Mr. Speaker. We acted to make sure that we protected those people.